All right, guys, we are here with state champion, Hillbilly coach TJ Blevins. Coach, it's been a wild ride. I mean, from a few months ago, standing here on the state capitol.
Thank you. I'll be coming to your game next year. Am I okay with the COVID-19?
Yes, and I want you to pray tomorrow.
Okay, yeah.
We'll swing by and get you.
Okay, you come start.
I will try my best.
Okay, 9:45. We folks out at
Okay.
9:40. We don't start till 10 o'clock there, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope you come out.
All right, buddy.
You come out there. We need the guys like David's going out for.
I'll be holding at you tomorrow.
Okay, see you tomorrow. Okay.
Got you, Donnie J.
You're good, bub.
Yeah, be careful.
Thank you, bub.
Okay.
All right, guys, here with state champion coach TJ Blevins. Coach, it's been a wild ride. I mean, just a few months ago, we was standing right here in this same city on the state capitol fighting for a chance to play. I mean, at that point there, was you even thinking about this?
No, I mean, really, we were just hoping to get in a gym. I mean, it looked dim at the beginning, but we kept fighting, and I think we got our voices heard a little bit, and finally it opened up, and now we're right back where we started at.
Well, if you remember, right after that, you come on the grind session and you told everybody what y'all was going to do this year. You told everybody you had the team that could do this, and you come down here and you done the damn thing.
Oh yeah. I mean, not to sound cocky or nothing, but we knew what we had in front of us. We knew what our mission was, and we got it accomplished.
Yeah, they coming into this tournament, obviously, I mean, you had a lot of wars to even get here. You had to go through Tug Valley, and then y'all was the 1 and 2 seed coming in. Pendleton County ended up knocking off Tug Valley. Y'all took care of business pretty handily coming up. But this Pendleton County team, I mean, that they have to be tougher than what I think most of y'all's fans expected them to be.
Yeah, I mean, we go by and look at their schedule, and then we thought it was they hadn't really played any tough teams, but then we watch them go to war with Tug and handle them, to a 3-point win and pretty much control the game. But so we get together, and I'm thinking they're not going to stop us from running, and we didn't think they would control it. But man, those kids, the coach had a very good game plan, bumping our guys from our routes and just causing chaos with us. I mean, it was tough to get points on them.
Now let's rewind a little bit until the other night. What kind of feeling did it give you seeing your son Caleb Blevins knock down 8 3-pointers to get you in the championship game? I mean, you had to be a proud father at that point.
Oh man, when they told me that they came up to the sidelines and said, "Listen, he's 1 away from state record," I was like, "What?" He's like, "He's got 1 more and he breaks the single A state record." So I didn't say nothing, and he got that one. He hadn't had it. He tied it, and I told him later in the game. I went, "Let's get you another one." He's like, "What?" I said, let's get 1 more. What are you talking about? So he started flipping out. What are you talking about? What's going on? And then he finally found out a little bit later there in the 4th. And, he got it, and it's something that will always be in the books.
Always. I mean, Caleb Blevins, his name will be on top. When kids buy these programs 30 years from now, he can come in and show his son right there. His name.
That's it.
But they, I mean, you have to Austin Ball. I mean, I think if anybody didn't know who he was, they've been under a rock, because they definitely will now. Austin Ball coming in, had a flat, dominant performance in this game here. I mean, crashed the glass, affected the game on the defensive side. It was like every time you needed a clutch bucket, that kid stepped up. I mean, how about that kid?
Well, I mean, it's funny you mentioned about people know him now, because, in our interview yesterday, I told the guys, I hate that, we've hit him so well, and now everybody knows him, so, we can't hide him no more. So and I've said, we go as he goes. And if he gets going, then we get rolling. And it's like with Caleb on his threes. If he's hitting, we seem to feed off that and everybody rolls. But Root is just he's one of a kind that comes around, but very, very often. And
now you see, I seen a point in the game there in the 3rd quarter. You kind of got on to him for taking a quick jump shot when I mean, I think you was probably telling him probably put it on the floor, get an easier basket. I seen you spent that next time out, kind of talking to him. What was you saying in that moment?
We were trying to get him to the basket because his shot wasn't falling, and we you know, after we thought it, you know, we thought that he could get around 35 or 34, the alt kid. But, you know, he's, you know, found out he's a defensive end, West Virginia State commit. So, you know, late in the game, I'm thinking, well, I know now why he can't get around this kid.
Yeah.
This kid is a beast. You know, most defensive ends, you know, they're going with the swim moving quick.
Yeah.
I said, no wonder he can't get around the guy. So, you know, he banged him up, but he got where he had to be when he had to be.
And then, you know, Peyton Adams stepping up, not a field goal in the game, but man, did he hit some clutch free throws. He put the team on his back whenever you needed it. I mean, having a kid like that to run your system, what did that mean to the Hillbillies this year?
Oh man, he's been the missing piece of the puzzle, like I've said for a couple of years now. He was our piece that we needed, and we got it. And he came up to the foul line that first shot. Well, they actually called a timeout, and then he was over there on the bench, you know, as wide as this wall right here, scared to death. And I said, hey man, just free throws. He come out there, and he normal does 2 bounces. Well, this time I noticed he took 1 bounce and took a deep breath, and I was like, oh man, this ain't him.
Rushing it.
So he clangs the first one. And I look at him, I said, just hit one, we got a lead. Hit that one. He come back down. He hit 2 more. I'm talking to him. I said, just patience. Drained him. Came back down. I told him, I said, hit one, and it puts the game out of play. At a 4-point lead. He drained that, and we're both laughing back and forth. I said, hit this one just for good measure. He said, just for you, coach. Bottom of the net.
Well, the kid too that, you know, I definitely can't forget here. You know, he's a kid that I seen from the last month of the season. Every time that y'all would send the stats in, I started seeing his name pop up there, and man, did he show up in this championship game. He come up with big time buckets when you need them, and that was Jackson Tackett.
Yeah, I've said he's our horse. I mean, we ride him until we can't go no further. It's, you know, I was in the press room there, and I asked some of the guys, I said, you know, this kid had a 32 rebound game.
Yep.
He had 32 boards. We're still trying to find out if that's a record. And, I mean, he's just, when we need a rebound, he gets it. When we need a charge, he takes it. When we need a putback, he somehow ends up with it and puts it back. I mean, he's a kid that don't ask for the ball. He's not selfish, and he knows his role. And like I said in there, he probably plays his role better than anybody in the state.
Well, Coach, you know, a kid too that, you know, I got to mention is a kid that come from winning titles in football over on the Kentucky side in Israel Canterbury. You know, I seen he come here. It seemed like the fans really rallied around that kid and wanted him to succeed. You know, how was it having Israel on your team this year?
Oh, he's a team leader. I mean, he came in still, you know, gimping on the knee.
Yeah.
You know, had a brace. And the more the season went along, he started trusting that knee, started getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and now he's not on the brace, and then he's running good at weight. You know, in practice we're running good, and you know it's a possible time. You know, he can step up next year. You know, he can knock shots down.
Well, that's the thing. You know, I mean, he was a great player in middle school, and you know, Peyton, the only kid you're losing. So, you know, there's a good chance that you're going to be right back here next year. But I can guarantee you one thing. You'll be on the grind session next year for it, won't you?
Oh, yeah, I'll be there. Definitely. You know, this is one that, you know, we'll hold on to these for the rest of our lives. So this one's ours.
Well, Coach, I tell you, I couldn't be more happy. You know, I mean, we've become friends over the last 2 years, and it tickled me to death to see you get this. And, you know, I got a ton of ties to man. So, you know, this here, it's a very special moment for not only you, but a special moment for me, too. But, you know, we've got a lot of partying to do. Parade tomorrow. How can people get to the parade? What time does it start?
We're going to work on details on that when we get home. We're going to post on Facebook, but all you got to do is just show up, man.
All right, guys, and you can't miss it.
It.
So, guys, Coach Blevins, we're going to let him go. Got a lot of partying to do. Coach, before you go, any assistants you want to give a shout out to, or anybody?
Oh yeah, Coach Lusk and Coach Hoosier. I mean, they don't get the credit they deserve. You know, it's always me doing these things and stuff, but you know, those guys are the ones that most of the time masterminds behind everything. They, you know, without a good assistant coaches, you know, you don't have a good head coach. So I credit them guys just, you know, for all the help they give me and the team. Everybody, you know, we're all, like I told everybody, we're all family. I mean, we are close knit.
Well, Coach, I appreciate you for joining us here on the D&D Sports Network, and congratulations, and let's work on back-to-back.
Let's do it.
All right, guys. We'll catch you Monday on Grind Session.